smoothest way from level 1 to 60, including the campaign, new seasonal mechanic, and also how to progress power-wise after level 60, what activities to do, and how to upgrade your glyphs, as there are quite some pitfalls to that. Heads up, I already have done the whole leveling in the review build and attempted it with multiple characters, so this is working. Create a new character, choose whichever class you would like, make a Spiritborn, make it look good, and you won't be able to skip the campaign yet. You're going to start with the Vessel of Hatred campaign, and you want to start with this because the campaign quests give insane experience, but that experience does not rise with the difficulty level. You don't want to start on Penitent. We're actually starting on normal. Sounds crazy because hard is not that much harder, but on normal, you're flying the fastest through the campaign. Now, the normal start has another reason, and that is our Season 6 mechanic, as that allows us to gain insane amounts of bonus XP while doing the campaign as well. Step 1, put your skill points, open your map, and then you're going to go to the new seasonal mechanic, Hatred Rising, and you want to destroy the Realmwalker. The reason you're doing this is because after killing the Realmwalker and going through the portal, you're going to get Seething Opals. These Opals give you 15% bonus XP. Yep. And they can stack with a potion together. Potion plus opal. Quite insane. These opals also give you reputation for the new reputation grind, whatever you kill, for 30 minutes. You want to always have one of these active at any point of the game. And yes, they can drop bonus equipment, bonus gold, and the one I just activated gives you bonus herbs and crafting materials. The Realmwalker is quite simple in the beginning. You just have to follow him, kill everything he summons, kill the guardians he summons, anger him while doing so, and at some point he's going to be like, now I'm super angry, drops 3 spires that you destroy, and then you kill him and enter into the portal. Fight your way through the Hell Breach, descend deeper into it. At the very end, you'll be having a chest that you interact with, finish the event, kill everyone, and get yourself the opals. And this is also why we're doing this all on normal. You could do it on hard, you could even do it on expert, but it would just take longer. And we're trying to save ourselves some time and not get stuck on an elite that has 8 times the HP on an elite on normal, because we want to actually return back to the campaign with these opals in our backpack. Since the campaign XP is just insane, you talk to Jave, then go to Jimothy, and suddenly you get another level. Then you get to the next location and do whatever there needs to be done, and boom, another level. Later on, at the end of the campaign, there's even bonus campaign that will give you 3 to 4 level per deed you finish. Now, if you didn't buy Vessel of Hatred or you're not interested in the campaign, you should certainly do the campaign. You're still going to do the Realmwalker to get your opal, and then you're going to be spending your time in the Helltide. Considering that you want to spend your time in the Helltide, you definitely can do it in hard. I would not go for expert or penitent straight away. Literally tried penitent level and it just felt like a slog, a drag, boring. Whereas you might be getting 175% more XP, but it takes you 4 times as long as in hard to kill one single opponent, especially the elites or even the Hellmaiden. Forget about killing the Hellmaiden or the Realmwalker, because that Realmwalker in anything but normal just gets ginormous amounts of HP. Gotta keep in mind though that you're gonna play with other players that are also gonna be there trying to kill him too. So things are gonna be a bit sped up than doing it solo. Also, one thing not to forget, if you're planning to do a Hellwalker, you can also find a party by just listing one, activity, open world, then we want to do Helltide Legion event, Fields of Hatreds, that's what it's called, and just list the party, jump to the location, someone will join, get to you, and you're getting bonus XP for people being close to you. Now, after finishing the campaign, I was level 45. I watched every single cutscene, I looked at every single thing, and I really took my time. That was around 4 to 5 hours, depending on how much you fail on certain bosses. Now, if you don't watch anything, you could probably do it in 2 and really fast fly through the content. And at the end of the campaign, there's the #1 recommendation of what you should do. And that would be knocking out strongholds, because every stronghold gives you around 1 level for finishing. Now, from level 45 on, that's a bit less because you just need more XP for the level. Still though, with every single stronghold, and yes, I still kept doing them on normal, I didn't go for hard because the XP didn't rise from the stronghold with the difficulty. Sure, you get more XP per monster kill, but the actual boss again took way longer in expert, compared to just really nuking him in hard in 1 second and then already on your way to the next stronghold. That easily got me from 45 to 55 in no time. And then there's still the bonus campaign, which will give you amazing experience for essentially doing what you do anyways. And that will teleport you into level 60 and beyond, as you're essentially already picking up your first 10 to 20 paragon points. And that bonus campaign I'm talking about, you want to anyways do, because it actually does progress your renown in Nahantu. And you do want to knock that out, because Nahantu renown is skill point, potions, skill point, paragon points, and maximum obols. You do want to actually get this done. The Nahantu strongholds, some of the side dungeons, discover everything. The tenets of Akarad are not necessary. Those are the new altars of Lilith. They actually don't give you hard stat points. They essentially just progress this further and give you some bonus lore. And as you then hit level 60, the first important thing you want to do is you go to Karagar and you're going to be knocking out the pit, because beating the pit level 20 allows you to enter Torment 1. And the most important thing Torment 1 compared to Penitent, Expert, and Hard is, well, you do get 300% more experience and gold, which is fantastic, but ancestral quality items become available. Now, everything you do can actually drop greater affix items, which are the best, 800 item power. Everything before is just 750 item powers, 8 times masterwork, 2 temperings. If you want to be able to 12 times masterwork something, get the most amount of stats, essentially the best of the best of the best, those are the ancestrals. They can drop from any Helltide chest to Tree of Whispers, standard monsters. You can be using your opals that we talked about. And in Torment, you're also getting the Opals of Torment, which gives you Artificer Stones, Boss Summoning Mats, and Infernal Compasses. Yep. That one is the one you want to be using from Torment onwards, as we should have gotten a good amount of XP materials already while leveling, but being able to get more Infernal Compasses and Boss Summoning Mats, yeah, I mean, that's quite OP. Now to your glyphs, and they're being upgraded in the pit instead of Nightmare Dungeons, and they have 3 to 4 upgrades per run. You only have 3 if you died one single time. If you didn't die, you have all 4 available. You can get +1, +2, and even +3 to your glyphs with a 1 single upgrade. Your pit level is responsible for your success chance and how many upgrades you're getting. If the level of the pit you finished is 10 levels higher than your glyph level, then it's always a 100% chance and +1. If your pit level is 20 levels higher than your glyph level, then it's always a +2 chance. And if your pit level, this is a pit 30, would be 30 levels higher than your glyph, then it's a +3 upgrade per upgrade you're choosing. For example, this is a 7. I can bring it up to 9, and now I can bring it up to 11. That is only 19 levels difference between my level and the pit. So it's only +1. Ergo, using one of these upgrades right now on my fitness glyph would be a waste. So I'd rather go for Revenge, for example, and now give this one a +2 and another +2. It's 11 now too. If I now though do a tier 35 pit, I could start upgrading my level 1 glyphs with +3 straight away, which is a quite nice catch-up mechanic to get everything leveled up, as you do want to reach this level 45, because on level 45 your glyph is going to turn legendary and get another bonus. Therefore, you do actually want to dive deep into the pit, get further in the Torment tiers to smoothly upgrade your glyphs. And from Torment 1 on, the world is your oyster. You could try to push as fast as possible into Torment 2 to get even more XP, but keep in mind that your armor is reduced by another 250 and your resistance by another 25%. Right now, for example, I'm sitting at 1,000 armor in Torment 1, and I barely have all my resistances up. Now, since I am a maximum barrier player with Crushing Hands, it doesn't matter that much, and I can do everything easily in Torment 1. Now, if I would, though, try to jump into Torment 2 straight away, that could be an obstacle, and I might not be ready for it. Especially, you can't just jump into Torment 2. You need to earn your way into Torment 2 by doing the pit further. In this case, I would have to beat tier 30 pit, and then I have to beat the tier 35. As soon as I beat tier 35, I can then jump into Torment 2. says here on top of me. Same goes for Torment 3 and Torment 4. The thing is that in Torment 1, you essentially can get all the endgame loot. I have already gotten 1 greater affix items, and I think I have a greater affix glove. So I can make my way forward in this already. I can get the stuff. I don't need to jump into a deeper difficulty if I don't want to make it harder for myself. That being said, you do drop items more regularly and more likely if you then join the higher difficulty. 2 things you want to do additionally in Torment 1, and that is Nightmare Dungeons and the Infernal Compass. Keep in mind that the Infernal Compass is Torment difficult. So these are Torment 1 difficulty monsters or Torment 2 difficulty monsters and so on. If you do a Nightmare Dungeons, it's also the Torment difficulty now. The Nightmare Dungeons you really do want to do because these Nightmare Dungeons will give you the Masterwork materials. And in this case, you truly want to clear everything in a Nightmare Dungeon because everything drops Opticide. Normal mobs, elites, shrine events, chests, everything gets you Opticide. Kill your way through, get the maximum out of it. Keep in mind with the Masterwork materials that every further Torment tier drops more of them. On Torment 1, you're going to get 50 to 100 per Nightmare Dungeon. On Torment 2, it's around 100 to 200. And then on Torment 3, we're looking at 2 to 500. And lastly, Torment 4 would be up to 1,000 plus Opticide per Nightmare Dungeon. Considering that +4 takes you 10, 20, 30, 40 Opticide, and then you're going for 100, 200, 300, 400, and later it's 1,000, 2,000 to upgrade further to +12, well, you quite need to grind some. But that's where you get the Infernal Hordes for and the Nightmare Dungeons on Torment 3 and 4 then later. Now there's another piece of content you could interact with, and that is the Curist Undercity. For the Curist Undercity, you have to go to the Curist Bazaar in the middle, interact with the Spirit Brazier. You can put in tributes and bargains to target farm something because tributes define additional reward upgrades and run difficulty. Less time, but you're more likely to get a unique at the end or more likely to get an ancestral. You do open the portal, and this is not really good for leveling because as you're fighting your way through the Curist Undercity, you might be getting experience from the mobs. So everything I kill here essentially gives me experience, and I'm more or less moving forward in my paragon grind. And you get to kill the skulls to essentially extend your time, and you get to be doing the actual braziers that are here listed to move the bar forward for the bonus upgrades. Now, the thing is that none of these monsters here drops any kind of loot. You'll get loot at the end. If you compare this to doing a Helltide, for example, well, doing the Helltide might be more opportune because you're essentially getting the cinders, you're getting the chest, you're getting the living steels, you can do the Grigoire. So there is ample reason why you would essentially want to do not the Undercity. But as soon as you're actually getting your respective tributes to then be able to target farm things more likely, it's a good thing. Especially, I did 1 Torment Undercity, and I essentially, with the bonus rewards, so I made sure to get the bonus rewards all the way up, 2 unique items. Yep, build defining unique items just like that from the end chest. So it's certainly a good thing and possible to do, just not as a main activity. Thread it in every now and then when you feel like doing one. It is quite simple forward, knock these things out, get things forward. I don't have any special equipment. Essentially, join Torment 1, have 50 Paragon points at this point, so I have my first legendary node activated, and it's quite fun to engage with. It just does feel a bit sad that essentially none of this is dropping loot for me, and I'm like not doing this for Nod. But let's say I would actually fail this run. If you're not getting to the end, if you're not knocking out the boss, if you're not getting the rewards upgraded, then, well, first, if you fail and don't get to the end and kill the boss in time, yeah, you don't get anything apart from the XP that we gain here. And if you do get there, but you don't have this upgraded, it's also not really worth it. I wouldn't have gotten 2 uniques without the reward upgrade. And while you're doing all these activities, always have your opals on, always have your potion on, and don't forget to bind this in your customization wheel. open the wheel with E, go on the second part, and you can just move something in there, the same as with the opals, can just move them in there, and then with holding of E, activate them. Very simple, as you always gain Paragon XP. Whatever you do right now at this point is worth it. I want to hang out 30 minutes in Helltide. It's worth it. I want to go into the Curist Undercity. Worth it. I want to do the Realmwalkers in the Seizing Realms. Everything moves my Paragon forward and allows me to finish my build. And then with the next character, he's going to get all my Paragon points as well. And as a final activity, there is the Dark Citadel. And the Dark Citadel has a weekly cache, so you can repeat this every 7 days for this weekly cache. There's tons of loot dropping and Dark Citadel specific skins. Now the Dark Citadel can be done in Torment 1, 2, 3, and 4. The loot doesn't change of the weekly chest, only the loot from the actual minions that are dropping does change. But if you want to do it on the easiest difficulty, go for it. We just did a run here together with Roxy, who has 300 Paragon points already, simply deleting the Undercity in Torment 1, while I, with my standard equipment, kind of fit into place. You want to have at least, let's say, 100 Paragon points, and maybe already a greater affix weapon, or at least 4 times Masterwork gear, before you then go into the Undercity. But Roxy, essentially with the super juiced up shenanigans, just completely destroyed everything in its path. But that would be the final ultimate challenge to do for your build, to then repeat to get all the cosmetics and, well, maybe be able to say I beat this on Torment 4. And again, while you're progressing all of this, you're getting your renown done as well. You're moving your Zachamer Randmans forward, that you can get more legendaries, boss summoning mats, ancestral legendaries, ancestral uniques with vast amounts of materials on top. Truly worth it. I'm currently at 7. I didn't have opals running for most of the time, so I did the minimal opal thingy, and I moved this forward amazing. And this works for every new character again, and if your new character gets to level 60, they instantly get all your Paragon points. Ergo, beat the Dark Citadel on one character, then start doing your another character who instantly has 150 to 200 Paragon points as soon as he hits 60. Bam, he could do quite some content to get more powerful than ever. And don't forget the pinnacle goal of every build, making it to tier 4 and then knocking out the level 100 of the pit, because that one is actually now possible to be done. It's not an impossible goal to reach anymore. That's at least what I'm going to try to hit with every character. Did we miss anything? Is there anything you'd like to say? And if you're looking for more videos, Vessel of Hatred, builds, guides, everything, check these out. Have a fantastic day. Take care.